run quite smoothly, so that the station manager on Caye, and then from there they surveyed out, and a couple years ago we put in this platform out here, you see out here. And the main purpose of that platform is to very accurately measure sea level. So it, it tracks the tides, and then over time we'll have the longitudinal data about what's happening. And I'm sure you know the reason that they've gotten interested because of global warming, global climate change, and it's my general understanding that Greenland has maybe 14, 15, something like that feet of sea level, average sea level rise, enough ice to raise the level of the oceans on average about that. The West Antarctica, which is also in danger of going, it may go sooner than Greenland, they think, but it has a little more. Maybe.
How many people can come here to work on the given time?
Well, we have 6 beds for scientists, and then if they come as couples, a couple of them can double up, so that might be 8. And then there are times, like during coral spawning season, when there are a lot of people here, and we pull mattresses out and stick them around the porches and stuff. So sometimes there might be as many as 10 or 12 or 14.
I want to do a 360 here, but we can't fit this many people here.
No, it's only that being in the water. And so they have these fancy suits, and they were checking out the possibility of training astronauts. I think they just picked a wonderful place to come to try out their equipment, but they were out here doing their stuff. It was pretty interesting. There's some other groups that come. We recently had, I wasn't here either, but for a week we had people that are doing coral reseeding. And they were here and they found locations. They're doing the...
We saw one of their sets.
Yeah, right, they have a set at the end of South Water where they're growing them, and then when they get to a certain size, they will take them and replant them in various places. And that's the, what do you call it, the coral with the arms.
It's the stack form and the elk-horns.
Right, as opposed to like the grain coral.
Yeah, the boulder coral.
Boulder coral. There's a guy up in Florida that's studied that. He's discovered that if you make the coral pieces smaller, that's just about right. Which is hugely more than this island would normally have. And why is that useful? There are 2 reasons for it.
I don't think smaller. South mangroves.
No, that wouldn't make it more grand. That might make it less.
There aren't any
Anybody
predators.
else?
No predators.
No predators. That's pretty true, although there are some predators. But not a lot. Yeah. Us. What might we be doing? That's right. We actually cook rice and feed them. And they get our leftovers. So there's a huge amount of food relative to the size of what you'd expect at this island. There's one other thing that scientists do. What do you think that might be? Remember, what do hermit crabs do? Where do they live? In shells.
We collect shells and dump them in the garden.
The scientists bring shells. So there are more shells than would normally be here. So they've got more shells and more food. And we'll see some of them. You'll see all kinds of bins and stuff underneath for supplies and materials and equipment that the scientists, many of the scientists come back year after year and they'll leave things they use. So they have to ship them.
So have you guys heard of NEON, or like the National Ecological Observatory Network? Well, then the Smithsonian set up Marine Geo. You see, I'm just saying that I see a box here for Marine Geo, which is sort of the marine equivalent, and they also have the TEON, which is the Tennebon Memorial Oceanographic or Observatory Network. So those are 2 marine networks that the Smithsonian's involved in.
This is new in the last
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, last 2 years. Because it was the response that there was a lot of long-term sites and terrestrial systems, but there just weren't any observatory networks in marine systems. So that's where the Smithsonian's been making their dents.
Now, one thing that's changed when there was the change of who was responsible for the lab was it used to be you didn't have to have a Smithsonian connection. You just had to apply. They had funds to subsidize you, and And so we had a lot of scientists, many non-Smithsonian. Then more recently, they tightened it, and you needed the Smithsonian connection. I think they may have loosened it a little bit, but the whole procedure to get approved to come down here has gotten, what I hear, has gotten bigger and more bureaucratic. And so in the old days, I don't ever remember a week we didn't have scientists. Otherwise you can't. Okay, I want to show you a couple of things. If you look, this is the main reef crest right in front of you. And if you look out past it, you can see patches of lightish aqua water. Those are sand patches. And then you'll see out there the dark spurs. Those are the coral spurs I mentioned. So this is spur and groove out front here. And it's a little harder to see, but if you look way out there, you'll see some more aqua. And what happens is the spur and the grooves go down, and it gets deeper and deeper. And then there's sort of a sand trough, and then it comes up, not all the way up, but it comes up some, and then it falls away to the wall, just hundreds of feet vertical down. And when we do the ocean measurements I mentioned, we have to go out past the wall, out into the dark blue water where there is no bottom. Well, there's a bottom, but you can't see. Yeah, there are some. Now, so we're in the library here, and this is a multi-purpose room. It's our movie theater. The cook likes to watch movies, and we often watch with her in the evening. Back in this corner over here are prints of all the papers that have been written. There's some research here, plus a lot of reference materials about the plants and animals that would be around. This other corner is the porch, the third door on the right.
This closer porch.
Yeah. So the first is the room, and then the kitchen, and the next one is the little hallway, the water treatment plant.
Are you manning the island all by yourself?
My wife is here, the cook is here. Normally there'd be scientists here.
Let me know if you need any help drinking some of that beer I just saw there.
Yeah.
Emergency provisions. There's plenty of it there.
Well, yeah, we're stocked up in case we have scientists.
Nice.
Whatever your expertise, your best judgment.
If you want to see some little ones, they hang out under a log up here where we.
Okay.